So Jay Prince almost made Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight happen in 2004. Now Jay Prince said on his Instagram, wishing the best for the two homies I have love for, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. In my book, The Art of Science of Respect, on page 115, I wrote about how I tried to assist in making this fight happen over a decade ago. Some people say better late than never, but my wishes are that everyone leaves out the ring the way they came. And that was pretty interesting because it would have drew a lot of money. But you got to look at that time period. A whole lot was going on in Mike's life. And between him trying to get new management, him getting robbed by Don King, he was trying to find his way into getting a good financial situation involved. And he also said it here.
With me and Roy, having a conversation about that fight first, and Roy was telling me nobody could get Tyson to the table. So I'm like, oh, okay, once again, I'm like, oh, that's an opportunity, right? So I reach out to Mike, and of course, Mike, accept the invitation. So I bring Mike to Houston. I tell Roy, I got Mike to agree to come to Houston. Let's have a conversation. Let's go out to my ranch, just us, and we're gonna have a conversation and make this fight happen. Mike show up, Roy show up. We all drive out to the ranch. Is evidence of the picture where I'm holding both of their hands up, and we went in the office and talked about making that fight.
Oh, that picture you got downstairs, that was that day?
That's at my ranch. We talked about, making that fight maybe 2 times. You know what I mean?
Mike said, we could do it twice, brother.
Yeah. I remember me and Roy. So from there, we even started doing the marketing. I remember the Source Magazine Hip Hop Awards, where, I arranged for Mike and Roy to announce that they was fighting at the Source Hip Hop Awards. That's another picture that can be verified. And from there, me and Roy decided to bring the Malute brothers in, the owners of the Poem at the time, and I think the Sacramento Kings, because we wanted, our thing was, let's get a guaranteed $25 million for each of us, because it's going to do well, on the pay-per-view as well.
On pay-per-view.
The 25 was, I think, the deal breaker, because they didn't want to guarantee the 25, but they mentioned 17. You know what I mean? And to me, I'm like, yo. So from there, we even started doing the marketing. I remember we can get the other off the pay-per-view. That's not going to mean as much, not getting that guaranteed there, because this is going to be a huge, pay-per-view fight. And somewhere between the weight of that taking place, I remember Roy telling me, man, I'm going to go ahead and take this Tarver fight. I done took his best punch. I'm going to see if he can take mine. Something to that sort. And my thing was, man, this is a bird in the hand. This big money here, right? You know what I mean? Right? But, you have to respect the decision that a man decided to make, and that's how that went.
Yeah. So Roy turned it down and instead took the Tarver fight. If he was smarter, he would have took the Mike Tyson fight, because that would have been blockbuster. That would have been blockbuster. That would have shattered records, because Roy was pretty much entering his prime, and you also had Mike Tyson, who was just Mike Tyson. That's the draw right there. But nevertheless, it did happen later on. But had we would have got this in that prime, man, boxing got robbed right there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe, hit the like button. Peace.